Hello and welcome to my show, Angelique Everett Show. I'm your host, Angelique, the Diva Everett. This is my passion for fashion episode of my show and YouTube channel. I'm thrilled to be sitting and chatting with my wonderful friend. Miss Shanika Lashay Williams. I hope I'm saying that name right.
Correct. Perfect.
She is a choreographer, dance instructor for People Inc., a fashion model, a health educator, and trainer.
And
And by the way,
photographer.
I totally forgot. She was actually a dance instructor for People Inc.'s Arts Experience program.
Yes, that's how I got to join the agency.
Hello, Shanika, and welcome to my show.
Thank you for having me, Angelique.
So tell me about Shanika.
Well, I'm originally from Lower Peachtree, Alabama. I have a lot of family down there. My family moved here when I was young because both my mom and dad were in corrections. But when I was about 8 years old, after they moved to Buffalo, my mom put me in dance. And I've been dancing ever since. I've had the opportunity to dance with Center Stage Dance Studio for the majority of my life, teaching, and then both my children were able to dance there. But dance has been my avenue into almost everything that I've done within my professional and personal career. I joined People Inc. because of one of the women I grew up dancing with, named Michelle Silverblatt. She was a DSP here at People Inc. and she started the arts experience. And when opportunity presented itself, she asked me to apply for the position as dance instructor. Once I had the opportunity to join the arts experience, we were able to expand into other avenues of professional artistry outside of dance, including photography and production. And we actually added crochet because that's something I also enjoy doing. At the same time, I was still teaching dance and dancing myself, and I joined a dance company while I was with the agency. And with that company, many of the people who I performed with also did fashion shows. We danced at fashion shows, and then they would also wear the clothing of the designers. And so I said, I want to do that.
Oh yeah.
And so I was a little nervous, but I went to my first audition and I was able to walk in my first show. And I've been doing fashion shows for probably about 8 years or so now.
Oh.
And I also was able to bring in some of the people from People Inc. to also start modeling as well, with a little bit of mentoring from me. But the work that they put in once they had the opportunity was amazing. And with anything that I do, if someone's interested, I want them to have that opportunity to explore. If it's a hobby, a talent, whatever it might be. But I always say, why not? You could at least try it and see how it works. And to be able to wear the creativity and designs of other people is really cool. Even though I may not be able to keep it, I get pictures in it,
Oh yeah.
in
That's
that.
great.
And kind of being diverse in that manner. Most of the fashion that I knew were dance costumes. And so that helped me to be more open to all different types of looks in there. And I also never wanted anyone to put me in a box to tell me what I can wear and can't wear, and anything that would try to define me outside of what I know of myself. So all of it kind of combines um, with one another in some form or another. And so outside of the fashion stuff, I've always done photography, but again, it all crosses over. So I take pictures of dance and nature and birds, fashion models, and just people in my life and moments. I was just taking a couple of pictures a moment ago because one of our coworkers here is celebrating a birthday, and I believe it's so important to capture moments in
Oh,
people's
yeah.
lives and remember all those happy moments that we have as well.
And it's good thing you mentioned fashion too. You always look beautiful. I love the earrings you got on
I
now.
did yellow today. I don't know if you noticed, I'm matching with the earrings and all of that. I've always enjoyed earrings and unique things to be able to go along with whatever it is that I am wearing. I feel like those type of accessories can go in either way. Same thing with different types of sunglasses and things of that sort as well.
And it's a good thing you mentioned about fashion outfits and stuff. So, what kind of fashion outfits do you wear? Do you have like
I am
jewelry or?
extremely eclectic. I can go from leggings, jeans, dresses. I love dresses because I like heels and I feel like I got great legs. And so I've always enjoyed having the opportunity to do different style heels. They do have to be comfortable though.
You got that right.
And so if I've, that's something that I kind of learned as I've gotten older. It's like it's the beautifulness is worth it, but after I take them off, I have to still be able to walk. And
Yeah,
so
especially
finding
if you're
the
doing a
right type of shoes
catwalk.
is everything.
Especially you be going down a catwalk with those heels on.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
you're walking it all right, but then you gotta be comfortable.
And that was something too, is like I know how to walk like a dancer. I had to learn how to walk like a model because it's a different weight placement, it's a different look. And when you're dancing, it is about the shape and what you look like. When you're modeling, it's about the designer's clothing. So you're basically a hanger walking down the runway and you want to make their stuff look good so someone wants to buy it.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
got how you pizzazz all right, can
And so
mm-hmm.
you don't want to be too flashy because like they don't
Oh
want you to move
no.
too much because they want that photo to be caught. And so like when we practice for fashion shows, like we'll practice walking down the runway, but we practice the end of the runway more than anything because they
Oh,
want us to be able to give.
oh yeah, gotta do the little pose. Oh yeah. Uh-huh.
And but not to cover up anybody's clothes. You don't want to wrinkle anything. Same thing with accessories. That's something that I've learned how to walk with an accessory, how to show that off. Sunglasses or jewelry, like different ways. I put my hand there. Now the eyes go towards wherever the jewelry is, and that. And so you learn how to put a light on the items that you want to kind of show off. I even I walked for a what do they call it? Visualize. I don't know if you know that glasses place. It's all through Buffalo, and they came with just like a sugar load of sunglasses, and then they would look at each model and then choose which glasses they thought would fit best on them. So that was another cool opportunity that I've had. One of my favorite ones was a woman that made her clothes out of balloons.
What?
Yep, all of her outfits were made of balloons and stuff now. And some of them, once it was put on you, you couldn't sit down.
Oh boy. And especially
You
those
couldn't
balloons, yeah, 'cause if
pop
you
any of
see
the
it, it's
outfit.
popping.
Yeah, but it was beautiful. Like they did a whole wedding dress and groomsmen outfit in balloons.
What?
Yeah, so that was a really cool one. And another woman I got to work with made all of her outfits out of hair. She was a hairdresser, and
What?
so all of her
Oh.
fashion was hair. So she was combing and hairspraying our hair and our hair clothes
Oh
that she had put together.
boy. Well, I hope it don't be like Gaga, because one time Gaga came out with a
And
meat dress.
me,
I'm like, oh my God.
I haven't had anyone go that far, but I have had someone who's made outfits out of like the gloves. You know how we use gloves when we're
Oh
cleaning,
yeah.
or she made an entire outfit out of gloves, another one
Oh,
out of paper clips,
oh my God.
right? And so like just using those everyday things but making outfits out of it. But she actually used things that belonged to her parents, and so that whole line was dedicated to her parents.
Oh, now that was
Mhm.
nice.
Mhm.
Well, the good thing we're talking about fashion. So how many years have you done fashion?
See, overall, like when we talk about like the fashion show, so I've gotten an opportunity to do runway. I've done some photo shoots where we were doing designs from different local designers within the city, so boutiques and things of that sort. And it's a different animal, a little bit. The difference between runway and photography, because I can walk, but sometimes I'm not sure what I look like when I'm posing and stuff, and then learning to be able to do that. And so I've purchased some books about posing and photography and things so I could practice for myself, but also so when I'm taking photos I can know how to pose different people, and that, so like weddings and graduations and things of
Ooh,
that sort.
okay.
I definitely want to get into doing pictures of babies.
Now I know that you are a mama to babies. I totally forgot to put that in my intro. How are your lovely kids?
Well, both my children have graduated this year. My daughter, Diamond, she graduated from Damon College with a bachelor's
Ooh,
degree in arts and
oh my
animation,
God.
right? And we have her home now. And my son just graduated from performing arts. He was a dance major
Ooh,
there, and now he's going to be going to Alfred College for computer science and game
ooh,
design.
oh my God. I had to do that out there because I totally forgot to even say that you are a mama. So,
Also, my son has had the opportunity. We're going to World Dance Competition in New Jersey the end of this month.
ooh. Well, I definitely congratulate the both of you.
Thank you.
Ooh. Speaking, how are you dealing with COVID?
So when it comes to COVID was a difficult one. I did a lot of transitioning during at least the first part of it. With my family, we moved during early COVID, so that was a lot um, to kind of deal with because it was hard to get certain things done because either things were closed or just making sure that we were safe in that transition. Unfortunately, my husband was in an accident
Oh,
shortly after that.
God.
And at the same time, that's when I transitioned here at People from the arts experience to the learning and development department. And
Uh,
so I transitioned during that part of the pandemic.
oh,
Um, but overall, like I've only gotten it once a year ago, and this was after recital because I was dancing with all my lovely friends, and we kind of shared it that time. But it wasn't too bad. I was vaccinated, and so it didn't hit my body too hard at that point. But overall, my family's been doing well. My daughter has not gotten it. My son has not gotten it. My mother and my stepdad have not. So we've been able to keep everyone safe in that aspect of it.
well, that's a good thing. Gotta keep yourself back. I know I got myself vaccinated, so and got
Mhm.
the booster.
And I mean, obviously that was for me, but that was also for the people around me. I had a brand new
Oh
niece
yeah.
early 2020, and I wanted to be able to spend time with her. And she wasn't going to be able to be vaccinated for a while. So I wanted to make sure that I can keep everybody around us healthy too.
You gotta make yourself safe. So yes.
Mhm.
Now I know before you got into the training department, I know you used to like the arts experience. So how was it
Mhm.
like working at arts experience?
That was one of my favorite experiences in transitioning into a new job with a new audience. Um, I went and I met people from the program before I even applied for the position, and I met some great people, and they shared their passion for dance. And I saw people who had unique ways of performing because they were differently abled. I met a woman who used her mittens that had tap sewn onto it,
Ooh.
and there was a little plexiglass table that sat on the arms of her wheelchair, and that's how she tapped. And so I quickly learned how to choreograph tap moves using my hands, so to make sure that she was able to learn the same type of information as her peers, and then also learning different ways to have everybody achieve that same experience of learning, and then adjusting to the needs and differences of the people who were in the classes. So that was something very unique to me. But the creativity and the all the different people from different backgrounds and the different music that everyone really liked, the different genres of dance that we got the opportunity to work on. And then if that wasn't something that I had that experience with, we had access to other dancers and other performers and other choreographers to bring to the arts experience to give them those other opportunities as well.
Yeah, that's good. And
Mhm.
I had to put that out there because I'm like, well, after asking this question first before I go and asking her about the trainer, her being a trainer. So now we can talk about you being a trainer now. So how does it feel being a trainer in the training department?
You know, the funny thing is that I was a trainer first. That's what I went to school for. I went to school to become a health and gym teacher. I started in Troy, Alabama, at Troy State University, and I transitioned to Buffalo and finished my degree at Buff State. And then I had the opportunity to go back for my master's also at Buff State in Human
What?
Service Administration. And so I began teaching in the prisons. I actually would do HIV and AIDS education at the detention centers and at our local facilities here. And I would work with inmates and help them, one, transition if necessary, if they were being released, to make sure that they had the right type of medication if they were HIV positive, to transition from the prison system to being on their own. And many of them were kind of going to halfway houses and things of that sort to transition, but they had to have their stuff for parole and medical. Some people, it was just more about educating them so they knew different practices within their life, how to be safe and how not to transition any diseases to their partners, or to actually be able to pass that information to their families and their children, to make sure they were making healthy decisions for themselves to try to reduce those number of transitions. um, and then from group ministries, I worked at Planned Parenthood, and so I got to go into different schools and colleges, and I did street outreach. And we talked about all different things about health and sexuality, um, also just kind of healthy relationships, puberty, you name it. If it was about health and decision making, that was something that I got the opportunity to teach. I was director of education at Planned Parenthood for a few years before I left that agency. I ended up returning back to group ministries, doing more prisons and street outreach. And then again, when the opportunity presented itself, my friend Michelle asked me to apply for a position here at People Inc. I didn't know how much it was going to fit, but it fit perfectly. And from day one, I let them know that I was interested in joining the learning and development department. So previous to working here, I actually did coaching sessions on self awareness with the staff of People Inc.
Ooh,
And
but
so when the opportunity presented itself, I got a call saying, "Hey, your name came up about the position. Would you like to interview?" And I was like, "Yes, I do."
well, that's good because now it benefit you all, right? And you're still working with people like so.
Yes, I just hit my 10 years in January.
Ooh,
Here's my
congrats. Ooh, I like the flag. Now that is pretty.
And overall, outside of my dance studio, this is the longest job time frame that I've held, but that means something. That this is a place where I feel welcomed, that I feel needed, but then also where I get to learn and meet some of the most amazing people, including you, Diva, because I got to meet you early on.
Yes, you did.
Met you within my first year, I think within my first couple of months here with the agency.
And it's really, I had to have you on here because I'm like, well, I love her. I'm like, and I actually miss art experience. I love art experience. And when you got me going and being in the play and stuff, I'm like, oh my God. Like
I've
you,
been thinking about you and the plays that you joined us on, especially the jukebox musical that we did
oh
together,
yeah, oh yeah.
where I played Michael Jackson and you were part of one of the old female groups from back in the day. You guys did fantastic, and that was such a amazing experience to be a part of because it was created by you guys within the theater group, and like that was our own thing. Nobody else could say they did it because we made it up.
And you did really good being Michael Jackson.
You know
Okay.
what? I really enjoyed embodying him in that. And even though I can't sing, I enjoyed moonwalking onto the stage. I enjoyed pretending to be Michael, and then just really, I felt the excitement from the audience and stuff. And then we also included sign in our performance for that one. And so we learned, the group learned enough words to be able to transition that. So that gave more people the opportunity to enjoy it and understand what we were singing or saying or talking about.
'Cause when I looked and I saw you, I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, oh my God. I can't believe she could do all of that.
Yeah, divas, we always got those type of skills. We just got to keep it up.
I was like, I cannot do that. I know how to do the moonwalk, but I cannot do all that like you did. Though. I'm like, no, she can do it.
No, I definitely and that's always something we could teach, in that like I've always liked Michael since I was a little girl, and so that's why that was kind of fun to kind of do. I remember in fourth grade I did Diana Ross and stuff, and
I
used to
love Diana
sing
Ross. So yeah.
and stuff. I thoroughly enjoy her daughter as well, Tracy Ellis Ross. She is an amazing artist as well.
Yeah, I love her in all the in all the TV shows like Blackish,
Yes,
and she was in
yes,
Girlfriend.
Grownish. Yes, Girlfriends. I remember that show as
Oh
well. That
yeah, I
was a great show.
love Girlfriends. Oh yeah.
I enjoy her as a host on a lot of those kind of uh, like not Oscars. She hosts a lot of different things, and she's so eclectic in what she does. But the cool thing about it is how proud her mom is. Like when the first time she was hosting, her mom put a billboard up to show how proud she was of her
Oh,
daughter, and that was really cool. It's like if I had the money like that, I would do that for my kids too.
you got that right. I would love to
Mhm.
see that. All right. Yeah, I think she did. I think she hosted the BET Awards. I think one time. Now I got inspirational quote. I always put inspirational quotes in my script, in my stuff in my show. So I know this particular one you would love. Okay, so
Oh, please let me see and show and know.
it's called Alice. Is actually this quote is from Alice Comfort, and this is actually all about women. So a woman's greatest asset is her beauty by Alice Comfort.
Okay.
I was like, I gotta have a particular quote. I was like, and since I got Shanika on here, I got to have a quote on women and on beauty. So since we're talking about fashion, so
Mhm.
now I got a special shout out, and you would love this special shout out. And I know you know Elite Hartlib from our experience.
Mhm. I
I got
do.
a little shout out to him too. So I want to make a special shout out to myself. I have my very own podcast, Angelique Podcast. Y'all can now go to either Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and Pandora. Yes, I got my very own podcast now. So I'm doing two things. I got my show, Angie Gavitt Show, and Angie Podcast now. So
That's amazing, and I'm extremely proud of you, Angelique. How is your book? I know you've been still working on your books.
it's actually going good. I'm actually done with my second book.
Yes,
I'm
that's
doing the
amazing.
opener now. So I am, oh yeah, glad about that. So
You make me very proud to know you.
thank you. You're making me blush right now, but thank you. Wait a minute. Oh, and my show, Angelique Show, is now going audio. It will be on my friend's streaming service, which is High Ability Radio.
Okay.
live 365 on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 8 p.m. You
Okay.
can listen on my friend's website, which is Lee Harp Live, higherabilityradio.com.
Okay.
That is a streaming service. I did not know. Jim had told me that that they're coming up with a streaming service.
Okay.
Streaming service just last year in it was this year in January. So
Okay.
and I found out that he actually wanted me to be his streaming service. So
Okay.
it's kind of really sweet. We're supposed to actually speaking. You going to DD Day this year?
We are working on it. Several of the learning and development department are part of the getting ready and making sure everyone's able to register. And
Oh,
it should work out that we should be, most of the learning and development should be able to come. I know one of our coordinators is going to be presenting.
yeah. Well,
Um,
we are supposed to be there to broadcast the whole DD Day. So,
oh, so you're going to be doing your show for DD Day? Okay,
well,
that's
I don't know
awesome.
about my show, but I know Lee got his streaming service. They're gonna be outside him and Alex, Jesco. Don't know you know as Jesco.
I'm pretty sure I do, but I need to see a face just to confirm.
Oh, yeah. Well, he's doing his streaming service outside, and we're part of a media group. It's called Stream Advocacy, and it's a media group. Like we do like multimedia. Like I'm doing my show, my YouTube show. I'm doing my podcast now. Alex, he used to do something called Ask Alex. Lee, he's doing his own streaming service now. So it's like we do multiple media things now.
That's
So
amazing.
and we got asked to broadcast DD Day from Rick. Rick actually had asked us to broadcast the whole DD Day, including the keynote speaker and the award ceremony and everything. The different workshops we're going to be broadcasting.
Okay,
And they made me. I'm actually the vice president of the group now. So
that's
I got
amazing.
that to my resume. They need a right hand man. That's why I said, well, I'll be I'm not a man, but I'll be a woman, though, the right hand woman. So,
Well, the word man is in woman. We started all of that.
oh well, like I said, I'm the right hand woman. So, oh right, now I'm duh. And I forgot to ask you one question, which I really got in here. I always have a positive vibe corner, so I'm going to ask. So, what do you like? So, what do you do positively in general? What do you like to do in positive in general?
Overall is just kind of be thankful, grateful for all the blessings that I have in my life. Obviously, there's going to be negative things that kind of come around, but I know that my heart feels better when I lean towards the positive, be it the energy that I'm putting out or the energy that I allow to come into my space. And so I feel that I can stay positive and keep people positive around me long as I reject the negative stuff or if I can adjust someone else's negative. So I try to spread love and positivity as much as I can and avoid the negatives or know that there's a way to the other side in that. But I feel like that's the best way for us to move forward as people is to kind of be as positive and open and diverse and to learn new stuff about life experiences and things of that. I love to learn, and I feel like that makes me a better human. And if I could teach others, I feel like that is a way to spread that as well.
I
But I
definitely
feel like
agree
I
with
have
that.
kind children, and I hope that that's because that I showed them the right example.
Go ahead, girl. Go ahead. I definitely agree with you about that because I'm doing a lot of positive things in my life too. I got the book. I finally got my second book almost coming out. So I just found out I might be going to Canal Side this month for this pride to read my book and hopefully get to sell. I'm happy about that. And I
Well,
got a lot of love around me too. So I gotta spread the love.
and I've seen you with your family, and I know that you get a lot of that from them as well. So,
Yes, I
and I
do.
know I get it from my family.
And I got a lot of friends too. I got
Mhm.
you, got Caitlin, I got my staff in the world, I got Jim, I got a lot of support, a lot of support. So,
Mhm.
and I'm so happy I get to have you on here. So
I really appreciate you inviting me. I'm glad we were able to make this happen.
you're very welcome. I'm your host, Angelique. This has been another episode of Angie Everett Show. I want to say thanks to my special guest. Thanks, Shanika.
You're very welcome.
Do not forget to use Angelique Show to like me on Facebook. Follow me on Instagram at Angelique E. At Angelique Everett Show. And subscribe to my YouTube channel, Angelique Everett Show. Or go to my website, angeliqueshow.com. I'm Angelique, and I'm rocking it.